Okay, good evening, y'all. It's Dax, yeah. So I'm trying to bring my guy up. All right, welcome to the first base, to my first base in a very long time. In a very, very long time. Um, I think I did something like this a year ago. I hosted just two spaces last year. I hosted just two spaces. The first one. Last year was study hard, trade easy, and the second one was you can remind me the topic. What was the topic again? What was the topic? What was the topic? The second space in 2023. What was the topic? I Y'all forget things easily, eh? That topic was so special to me, and I don't know why I forgot it. But the first one was study hard, trade easy, which was what helped me achieve a lot of stuff early last year, right? Which is what helped me get a lot of results as well early last year. Yeah, and the second topic, which I think I did share with you guys, which is what can't forget the topic. But then let's move on to this new year. It's a new year, yeah. And the topic for today is getting rich in 2024. All right. So this is for those people or everyone else who either wants to get rich or wants to get richer. Last year was my boom year, and this year I just want to get richer. And I feel like I should just share a little, or should I call it a strategy, which I feel would help others, get rich as well. Because I don't know, because I believe there is no, sorry. I mean, everyone definitely want to get rich, right? Which is very important, yeah. To survive in life, I mean, to live comfortably, you gotta be rich. You gotta be rich, yeah. So, so rich, getting rich as a trader. So this post is mainly for traders, yeah. First, let me invite us. Cannot be invited. All right, all right. Welcome. So yeah, I'm just gonna move on. Just start here. So yeah, last year, the topic for last year, the first space was study hard, trade easy. And the second one, which I think I've forgotten, also have a lot of traders on here. And I think that was my last space until Mr. Duppo asked me to do this my story thing here. So this year, I want to like help a lot of traders get rich, share the strategies, things I did that helped me go from 0 to 100. So I want to share these things with you all. Since I don't do YouTube yet, I mean, it would have been better if I was probably in YouTube, probably doing YouTube and all that. I mean, you guys can always go back to it, watch me talk and all that. But then, since I'm not used to it yet, because I'm not this camera guy, I don't know. I don't know how it works yet, the camera and all that kind of stuff here. So I prefer to talk or just um tweet tweet, yeah. So real soon I'll probably start YouTube and all that, yeah, real soon. I don't know how it works yet. I watch a lot of people YouTube. I learn a lot from others. Sorry about that. I learned a lot from others, yeah, but it's not just my thing. I don't know how to do it yet, but I'm going to learn how to. So this year I'll probably put out one or two content on YouTube. But then, before then, it's January, yeah, 2024, the new year, and I believe a lot of people would want to get rich. So let's start with the first. So moving on, yeah, the first step to getting rich in 2024 as a trader. Right. So I put out a tweet or a post 2 days ago about a day ago, I don't remember, right? About some traders, who come online to um post their charts and all that, claiming to understand the market, and then it's more like seeking validation where you don't really need it. I'm talking about those that actually have results. I'm talking about those people that you don't really, this skill is not something, it's like you don't really understand it to a certain point yet, but you just want people to assume you're a trader, to just know you're a trader, and then you probably don't know the reason why you're trading, or you're just trading for the fun of it, right? So 2024, the first step here, basically, for every trader on here is this. And I'm going to use myself, basically everything I did to move from 0 to 100. Everything I did, yeah. Now the first step basically is this. Watch this, because I'm not in that. I really pass that phase here. So what I did, the first step was to really understand why I wanted to trade or why I was trading, right? And the number one reason why I started trading, of course, was to um, recover my losses. That was one reason. And number two was to make consistent profit, right? Was to make consistent money. Yeah, let me use that. Was to make consistent money. Yeah, was to make money consistently. Because what I was doing back then wasn't consistent. Probably make money this month and the next month you wouldn't make money. So I knew trading wasn't like that. So I thought trading would just change that, right? And I would, make money even without having to sell anything to anyone. That is what trading actually offers. You don't really have to um, talk to anyone before you make money. It's just you, your skill, and your capital. Which is one reason why I love trading so much. So yeah, the plan was to just really understand how to trade and make money consistently. That was the plan. Without because I'm someone who doesn't really like people here. I prefer to stay indoors. I don't really know how to connect to people like that. I ghost a lot. I could literally not talk to you for weeks, for months. Yeah, that's who I am. So imagine if I needed people to grow. Imagine if I needed people to do anything. I mean, if imagine if trading required me to talk with, interact with people and all of that, I probably wouldn't be here now. I definitely wouldn't even like the job. I probably wouldn't even succeed at trading, because if trading required me to always interact, talk to this person, go to the office and all of that, I probably wouldn't even start as well as trading yet. But then trading offers it's actually a lonely journey, yeah. It's a lonely journey. You can actually do it yourself and be successful at it. So that was why I chose trading as a career, as a full-time job, as a full-time career, and then just the best decision ever. I think I switched to trading at the age of, I think I was 20, either 23 or 24. Yeah, that was when I switched to trading. Very late, but still early, right? So the purpose was just to make money consistently and without the need of having to, communicate with anyone or have anyone pay me, right? So that was one reason why I wanted to trade. And I think a lot of people actually don't know the reason why they are trading. They just believe it will to change their life or to just save them from 9 to 5. You need to have a concrete reason, right? Because I needed to make money consistently, right? Which was what gave me that drive, that passion as well, right? To actually, even after losing, even while losing, right? I just couldn't give up because I've seen others, and I'm still seeing all. I was seeing others, make it through trading. So I was like, yeah, if these guys can do this thing consistently like this, so why can't I? So that was it. The first thing was the purpose, yeah, and I had to just stick to it even while losing. Then, so getting rich, right? I needed to really have a reason, which a lot of you, I think a lot of traders out there lack purpose. They don't know the reason why they are trading. They just think they think trading is a hobby they could just come into and then, you know, do one or two, start today, not do it tomorrow, start today, not do it tomorrow. And then after 2, 3 years, they are still the same. 2, 3 years, they're still the same person that they were last year, the same person that's still going to be the next year. There is no atom of growth. They are not growing. And they believe trading is probably some of them even go as far as thinking they are being cursed or their family, things like that. I'm going to share a lot of stuff with you guys. Don't worry. As a matter, I will also do well to make it a really short space because y'all know I tend to say less, right? So I believe y'all, I want you guys to just pick a few things and then make use of it. Now I think let me just invite this guy as well. Let me invite this guy. What's wrong with him, bro? What's wrong with you? All right. So the purpose here, it's very important. You're coming into any industry, be it trading, the tech space, Web3, and all kind of any career. You need to have a purpose. You need to have a reason why you're going into that space. Your kind of person as well. What do you like to do? You can't be someone who likes to entertain people, someone who naturally likes to entertain people, and you go into trading. Trading will actually dull your spirit. You can't. You need to have. You need to. I can't feel like trading this more with your personality. Yeah? Even though anyone can trade, but still, you need to know the type of person you are. Trading actually brings one thing I've learned about trading is that it brings out the type of person you are, like your personality. It shows it. It shows it. Yeah. Who is this laughing at? All right. So yeah, please. Sorry, please. I got a notification I had to attend to. So yeah. Join this space, bro. All right. So the first one is your purpose. It's very important. I said earlier, most of us still don't know the reason why we are trading, and my purpose basically was to trade, and make money consistently because my previous career wasn't like the money wasn't consistent, which prompted me to invest into something that was giving me money consistently, yeah. And I eventually lost everything. Right. So I needed something that was consistent, right? Something that wouldn't require me to ask this person, bring two people, bring this and that, or talk to this person. I don't really like things like that. So that was why I ventured into trading. Trading is like a one man thing, a lonely thing. You could just be in your room. I've been in this hotel room now for 3 days and I've been trading. right? Without contacting anyone, without talking to anyone and all that, yeah. So that's something I just liked about trading, right? I said earlier, I'm someone who could just stay in the house, be alone for months without talking to anyone, compared to someone who is like in entertainment industry. You need to interact with your producer, your manager, your writer, compared to someone who works at the bank and every other profession. Yeah, you need to like interact like that. 'Cause even techies, yeah, a lot of techies. If you're a developer, yeah, if you're a web developer, you still need people to bring deals for you, right? So you need to so I kind of think that trading is just that skill where you don't need anyone. You only need your skill and your capital to actually make money. I haven't seen I don't think there's any other skill like that out there. I'm not sure, you can correct me, but I think there is no other skill like that. So that was why I opted for trading. And yeah, so I stuck to it, stuck with it, stuck with trading, and then started eat. That was the first thing was my purpose here. Then the second thing was we all know how trading is here. It's not easy. The first month, second month, it's definitely not always easy here. And you guys know my story. I lost my first deposit in about a minute. So what kept me going, right? Why did I decide to seek more knowledge even after losing money? It's because of the passion. A lot of you don't have passion for trading, right? Which is why you do it for, let's say, a week or a month, 2, 3 months. You don't see results and you quit. Then you come back again only to start afresh. You start afresh and then you start beating yourself. Well, why are you not seeing results? What's going on? What's going on? But as you took a break of like 3, 4 months, you came back and then it's all new again. You start as a newbie again, and then you just keep repeating the same cycle, the same thing, and then the next 4, 5 years, you're still the same person from 2020. A lot of traders I know today that have been trading I've been trading since 2020, yeah, they're still the same. They're still the same. While I have evolved, like really left them far behind, right? I have evolved. I could tell you for sure that I think I started trading with about those that I actually know very well, probably 10. And not to be proud, except my mentor, of course, but then I'm still the only guy that I think broke the jinx. I just left that clique and then it all clicked, it all made sense, right? Number one reason is because I had a purpose. Number two is because I had passion for trading, right? So all the time I was losing, every time I actually lose, come to the market daily, right? Come to the market daily, yeah, and I don't get anything out of the market. But there's this passion that just the passion for trading just keeps me going. So I was able to understand that it is just a process. It's basically just a process, and I keep telling myself that back in 2021, 2022 as well. Keep telling myself anytime I lose a profit on my account or so, keep telling myself it's a process, and this phase will definitely pass and all that, yeah. Even while I think 2 or 3 people gave me profit on my account to trade back then, I would lose it. And I'll tell myself it's just a process, it's just a process. And then, I had a strong passion for trading. I believed that it was definitely going to pave the way for me, yeah. I wasn't doing any other thing, just trading, but I the passion was there, which I think a lot of you that are still not getting it yet lack. You probably think you have passion for trading, and then probably because you're showing up this day, and then you probably don't really have passion for it like you think you do. But then you need to develop passion for trading. The moment you can trade, the moment you can trade or show up every day, literally every day, without complaining, without seeing it as stress, without uh, you can even dream about candlesticks. I don't know if any of you have been in that situation where you probably in your sleep here you just think or you dream about trading, or you just dream about something about trading, and then you wake up, you realize it's actually a dream. If you get to that stage, trust me, you are hooked. Right? It's either trading or trading, and that was it for me. It was either trading or trading, so I didn't want to do any other thing. There was a particular time back in 2022 where I almost gave up. I felt like, yo, I'm not getting this thing right. I keep losing prop accounts. I keep like I wasn't doing anything right. So I got scared. I got really scared that will I have to go back to my 9 to 5? Will I have to work with other people? Like this freedom, even though I wasn't making money, yeah, but I was free. I'm thinking about free. I was even up, up. I was up really, really late than those that even do 9 to 5. I was up as late as 2 a.m. and I was waking up as early as 5 a.m. But I was still free because I wasn't leaving my room, so I was free. The freedom that trainer actually gave me just made me stick to it. Right? Even though when I wanted to give up, I was like, "Yo, what's gonna happen?" I was really scared because nothing was actually working out. It wasn't. I just wasn't getting it right. But the passion was just there. The passion for it was just there and all that. My purpose as well. Then, the next step is knowledge, right? A lot of you are actually very passionate, of course, but one thing you don't know is that you might be passionately doing something wrong, passionately doing the wrong thing, right? It's like learning something over and over and over and over, yeah. Sorry, let me all right. It's like learning something over and over, whereas what you've been spending your time on is just a wrong thing. And that was what I did all through 2021 and 2022. I was learning the wrong things, like the wrong things. But I was really, really working hard. I was watching these videos day and night, day and night, day and night. Little did I know I was actually watching the wrong videos. These videos would actually take me no that like it's not what would actually take anyone anywhere anyway. Right? I was just jumping from this course to this course. I was watching a lot of videos and I was so passionate about it, but I still wasn't getting that. I kept losing, right? I kept losing. So what was the course? I was passionate, of course, which I think some of you are probably in that level now. But you don't know here that you're probably doing the wrong thing, right? So I was in that phase as well until I was able to break free from that phase too. Yeah, that is number three. And number four is this. While doing the wrong things, or probably learning the wrong things, I kept moving from one wrong thing to the next wrong thing. Right. Now, this is what I used to do. Learn from this person, practice for a very long time, right? Learn and practice what I've been learning. And instead of me to just focus on what I just learned, right, and start um, making money from it, I would see someone else's analysis or someone else's strategy again, and I would pay the person to learn again. Then that cycle just keep doing the same thing over and over. Learn from this person, learn from this person, learn from this person. So I was basically learning every month, learning new things every month, learning new things every month. And I believe some of you are in that phase as well. You're currently in that phase where you just keep learning. You see this person, you learn. You see this person, you learn. Of course, at one stage in life, as a trader, yeah, some of us will probably be in that phase where you just want to get a lot of knowledge. But trust me, it hurts. And I didn't realize that until last year, January. I didn't realize I was hurting myself until last year, January, yeah, when I lost my $1 million worth of prop firm account. Yeah. I think that was when I changed my bio that was in January when I changed my bio to $1 million prop firm. I don't I think some of you would remember back then, yeah. So I was jumping from this guy to this guy, learning from this person to this person to this person to this person until I lost that account that took me a long time to get. Right. Then I realized I've been doing something wrong. Then in February, I did something. Ghost mode, or should we call it monk mode, which is one problem I think a lot of you guys have right now. You know, you are taking losses, continuous losses, but you don't want to admit the fact that you're not good enough or there is something you're lacking. You believe it's the strategy, right? You believe strategy is the reason you are not yet there, or the reason why you are not a profitable trader yet. Then you keep repeating the same thing. You keep moving on from this strategy to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. Just my mistake here. I learned so many things and I started applying everything at the same time. Then after I lost the account, I realized that wasn't the way. So I went monk mode and I started learning from, and at this point, since I had a lot of knowledge, I knew a lot of stuff then. So I thought to myself, okay, what would I do differently now? I stopped trading. Then I started listening to a lot of successful traders, listening to a lot of successful traders. I went to YouTube. YouTube was my day, was just literally what everything I was doing every day. YouTube. I started with what's this guy name? In psychology, I've forgotten his name on YouTube, but I will probably send everything probably later today. Yeah, share their names and all. I started realizing that I've been making a lot of mistakes. Yeah. Now, number one thing I did was to realize I was, making mistakes and all that. Then I attended to those mistakes. Yeah, those mistakes. Then I realized something while surfing the internet and what my problem might be. I came across one of Paladin's video, right, where he said that he focuses on one setup. And the funny thing, what I realized then from, you see, I've known this thing here for a while, but I've been hearing a lot of traders say it on the internet, you don't need to, you just need one setup, you just need to do this, you don't do this. I was like, what are these guys saying? Because I knew a lot. I knew a lot of ways to actually, um, trade or even take a trade in the market. I knew a lot of ways. I had so many strategies or so many systems here to make money from the market. Right? I knew a lot. Trust me. I mean, those that actually knew me back then would testify. If you go through my whole charts. So I knew a lot of ways to actually trade. A lot. But then when I came across that video, he said he focuses on just one trading system, which was even what he was trading back then. I even knew I could actually trade it better than him, but he was making money with this same thing. So I thought to myself, okay, if this guy can focus on just this one thing and he was able to do 250K withdrawal in 2022, if he can focus on this thing, why can't I? So I went back to my chart. I said, okay, what is that thing that works out of 10 times, that works at least 6 times? That works 6 times. What is that system, or what is that strategy that works out of 10 times, that works at least 6 times? It took me a few days to come to finally. So remember, I've learned from this person, learned from this, and learned from this. So I picked what I learned from High City, what I learned from Yusuf, that is from Awob, what I learned from a lot of people, my mentor, and I picked everything here. I started applying these things on the chat. I said, okay, this thing, I've seen this thing happen more than 5 times. I've traded this set up more than 5 times. And out of that 5 times, it worked 3 times. Does that make it a good setup? Okay. Then I had this one, I added this one, I had about three to just structure liquidity and my entry. I came up with just three. I was able to simplify. Me that used to look for a lot of confluences to trade before, like a lot of confluences, 90-minute cycle, this, that, timing, Asia session, this, a lot of stuff were just in my head. I was able to boil everything down to the simple things here because of that video I actually saw on YouTube. Then I started backtesting, and during this period, I wasn't talking to anyone. I'm pretty sure I wasn't even posting. I was just on my own because the passion, taking it back to the reason why I wanted to trade, I had a reason, a purpose, which a lot of you lack here. A lot of you are just posting on Twitter, thinking, I don't know, you don't have the skill yet. You believe you have the skill, but you don't really have it yet. But then you feel I don't know if it brings some sort of excitement to some of you, and then you feel let me just do this and then to whereas you should be spending more of your time trying to perfect your craft. My goal for 2022 was to perfect my trading craft. No one knew me until I started seeing results. I keep saying this thing here. No one knew me until I started seeing results. I started posting my results. I wasn't posting my charts of yo, this is me. This is me doing 1 to 5 hour. This is me doing 1 to 2. No, and that was one reason that's at least one reason why I think I grew faster than every other trader. It takes see an average trader takes about 2 3 years before they start seeing. But bro, it took me a year or two before I made crazy money off trading, right? Because I was able to focus. I knew what I was doing. I had a purpose, and I was passionate about trading as well, which is something I think most of you actually like here. Now back to what I was saying. So yeah, I was able to realize, okay, this is what works here. This is what works at least out of 3 times, out of 5 times, it works 3 times. Out of 10 times, it works at least 6 times here. So I took my time. I went back to GBP USD, and I back tested. Was it not 2 years, 4 or 5 years or so? I kept backtesting it using the same thing over and over. Started backtesting previous data. I was able to get enough data, then I came to a conclusion that this thing is what I will stick to. No matter what comes my way, no matter how sweet this strategy is, I will never add it to what I'm trading or my style of trading. I don't want to know how interesting or sweet your this thing is. I would never had it. And all I needed to do was now work harder on my psychology because I had issues with not holding trades. I had issues with um, breaking even too early. I had issues as well with closing a trade that was probably dangling in stop loss, right? Had an issue with closing it too early as well. I had a lot of psychological issues that a lot of you are still going through at the moment, and I was able to overcome those problems by number one, writing all of those problems down. I wrote all of those problems down, and I looked for a solution to them after every during every weekend. Yeah, I write. I tend to look for solutions to all my problems, all my trading problems, which some of you would probably encounter the same problems today, and then you think it's normal. Then you bring the same problem into the next trading week. Then you keep doing the same thing over and over. Then after 1 year, 2 3 years, you think that you're not seeing any results, and then you just probably just quit or take a break and come back. That wasn't me, right? So I said I was going to just focus on that system. I was going to focus on that system, and then the first month I traded live, I passed my challenge like in a week. So I was like, whoa, this is nice. And that was in February. I passed the challenge like in a week. I tried again the next week. I was able to till I was able to make a withdrawal, and I was like, whoa, what's going on? I think I finally figured this thing out. Then in March, to be disciplined, yeah, to be disciplined enough, I started trading live with people. So people would see how I'm trading. So I won't be able to make silly mistakes. So I wouldn't make silly mistakes like I used to, right? So I wouldn't make silly mistakes. I started trading live with people and we were all getting results. And the results were much more than the losses. And I was like, yo, I might have figured this thing out. I just might have figured this thing out. And that was how I think I started getting recognition on this app last year, February, March. Started getting consistent results. And the live sessions went on like continuously until I think last year, December. When I actually didn't trade last year, December, yeah. And we got massive results. Myself, I was able to change my life. I was able to do a lot of stuff, and it wasn't just me. Yeah, it wasn't just me. Just with simplifying my system and seeking. Now, this wasn't me seeking knowledge, trying to like ask people about their chart and all that. I think I had my first call with Baz in March when he told me about some things, psychological stuff, and I was like, yo. So I added what I learned from him as well. I talked with a lot of people as well, and I watched a lot of videos. I was more particular about these successful traders. I wanted to know what they were doing differently. I wanted to know what they were doing, and Paladin videos just changed everything. I was able to come up with my own strategy, with I think come ever since I came up with that strategy or a system. Currently, I've taught a lot of people, while some people have been able to learn from just looking at my charts, right? And they are seeing massive results as well. Now, picture if I didn't take that moment off or realize I was doing something wrong, then take a time off to really work on what was actually wrong. I wish I had, realized I was doing something wrong earlier in 2022. I probably would have been so be richer now, probably. But still, there's actually time for everything. There is time for everything. There is time for basically everything. Yeah. So I've been able to share with you guys how I went from zero to 100. And if you're smart, I believe you're able to pick something from what I said or what I've said. Now, how will you get rich in 2024? How? Right? Number one, as a trader, you need to have a purpose. Number two, you need to more like dedication. You need to be dedicated to trading. You need to have a passion for trading. Yeah, you're passionate about trading. It's very important. Number three, what I did basically just withdrawing from all of this. Trying to learn from this, learn from just one person that you've seen result, that you've seen massive result, that you think this person has massive result. You don't just think, you've seen it yourself, right? You've seen it yourself. And then one person you've seen that has gotten results. You don't even have to learn from pay anyone. You can go to YouTube. You go to YouTube. I believe some of you, I've seen some of your chats. You guys know a lot of stuff, but you're still not able to apply these things, right? One thing I was able to do differently, I think I had a call with Bas back in March or so. Then we had this conversation. I was like, bro, all these traders that are making money, how are they doing it? Because these guys, I went through Paladin's video now and in his chat, this guy doesn't even know anything. I went to Q Bank's chat and then this guy doesn't even know anything. I'm like, I was more knowledgeable than these guys. And Baz was like, the big guys in the industry don't even know what order block is. They know what an order block is. And I'm like, that's true. Like, that is really true. Like, what's going on? There's this lady as well on IG. As a matter of fact, you see something here. check out every big trader you actually know. I mean, the real ones here, that these guys they actually have results. Go through their charts, go through their listing, and see why. How did they actually become rich? What happened? Is it because they knew how to mark out their chart, they know how to mark out other blocks, the daily cycle, and all of that? Do you actually think that's the reason they actually got rich? No. They have most of them, yeah, they have this thing in common. Even JD Caps, yeah. JD Cap did about 100K on all his prop firms recently, like recently. That was a few weeks ago or a few days ago, I don't know. And go through his charts, you see what I'm talking about. You literally see what I'm talking about. These guys have little knowledge about trading. They don't really, if you even see the chart, you would think it's a novice, and these guys have been in the industry for more than 5, 4, 6 years. So why are they successful? So that was one thing I was able to change about myself here. I thought that needed to be very beautiful. You needed to understand everything about trading, right? I thought you needed to understand everything. I don't want to break the internet today. I was always talk about. I meant to talk about someone who wanted to corrupt my way of thinking, right? But that person is a very popular trader, who but then this same person in one of his videos here on YouTube, he said something about focusing on just one setup. This same person is ICT, yeah? He said something about focusing on just one setup. But a lot of ICT traders don't do that. Last year, right, he came up with um, another type of trading, which was the FEG trading. And if you guys noticed, he was focusing on just that FEG. As at last year, was it last? Sorry, 2022. That was 2022. Yeah, he was focusing on just FEG trades. If you actually watch his live trades and all that, right, you actually realize that this guy was just trading FEG only. So why wasn't he adding everything is actually teaching you guys, like teaching content like this year we'll come up with this year will come up with this year will come up with this. Why? But then I was able to realize the truth like really early, quite late but really early, and it changed my life like really quick. Now some of you are actually probably focusing on one stuff now, probably you saw online and then you believe you understand listen to it. That's fine. You will still make money off it, right? But then your mind. This is where your mind now matters here. How, when it comes to trading, to really make money from trading, you have to have balls. Balls like you need to do away with fear. Fear you need, and this is not talking about not applying risk management. Of course, you need to apply because risk management will keep you in the market for a very long time, right? But you need balls. That's why a lot of traders actually get rich early, right? Now I'm not saying you should risk all your money and all that. No. But this is a new year. You have a system that works. You've seen the system work over and over. You have a system that works over and over. Out of 10 trades, you're able to take 6 trades correctly. You don't know which one will go well and which one will eat SL. But you know that at least out of 10 trades, 5 will go well, or 6. At the end of the day, at the end of the week, you will come out profitable, yeah? Why? And then you're having issues with yourself. This is where you should know that you need to work hard on your psychology. When talk about psychology, people think, I don't know your definition of trading psychology, but trading psychology is very, very deep. The moment you're not settled as a trader, you will have trading psychological issue. No matter how good you are on the charts, you won't make a single dime of trading. The moment you are in the market to recover your previous losses, which is called revenge trading, you wouldn't make a single dime of trading. So a lot of things that comes with trading, aside from charts, which you need to work on. Take your time to work on. your patience. Now, I said to wait for one setup here. Do you think you can actually sit down and wait for that setup to occur? Do you think you would be so patient for a day, 2, 3 days without trading, but you will be on your chart without trading, without placing that trade? Do you think you're that patient? These are the things you need to work on this year if you really want to become rich, if you really want to make it very trading. Yeah, these are the things you really want to work on. Now, I have this system. Can I wait for this system to appear? Am I that patient on any pair, whatever? Am I that patient for this to wait for this setup to appear or not? Work on that. Then, number this other problem we have, which is we're scared to lose money, right? And which is one thing I was able to conquer last year. Back in the days, I would have a lot of setups, and I would be so scared to place the trade because I didn't want to lose money. But when I came up with this system, the confidence. A lot of you lack confidence. There was a lady that came to my DM, right, a few weeks ago to ask me, what do I think about this trade? A lot of you are like that. You are still like that. You'll be like, what do you think about this trade? And that is your problem. The moment you cannot trust your system, you have a psychological problem and you probably never make it from the market because that trade you're actually doubting, yeah, might be a good trade. And the one which you are very, very confident about might be a bad trade. The lady came to my DM. I was like, yo, so bro, what do you think about this trade? And I was like, yo, I think it's going to sell. And she was right. She was supposed to buy. But I told her, I think it's going to sell. Whereas I was seeing a sell, I took the sell, but her buy setup was also correct. Now I took my own bias, but she didn't take her own buy bias. Now both setups were valid. Now she couldn't activate the trade or she couldn't trade the setup because I said I was seeing a sell. She had zero confidence in her own setup, which is why you need a system that you'll be so confident. You see, if your system is simple, if it is simple, trust me, you wouldn't have any issue with thinking about how will this hold, will this one not hold, will this one hold or not. Which is a major issue when it comes to trading that we need to end. You guys need to which is one of the things I think I had to battle with last year. So I'm sharing this thing with you guys. I believe you guys are going through the same thing. And you should be able to stop it this year. Fear, confidence is very important when trading. Confidence is only confidence in your setup or in your trading system that would make you have $10,000 and risk $1,000. Trust me, you won't have the balls if you lack confidence in that trade setup, right? You won't have the balls to risk 1,000 from your $10,000 capital. Remember, let's assume 10,000, you have $10,000 here, and then you have 10 times. Remember, I keep using this time 10 times, 10 times, because I think it's better. I mean, it works for me psychologically. I want to be able to understand that, okay, out of these 10 trades, how many can I win? So let's assume I have $10,000 here. I have $10,000. How many trades can I win or how many trades can I lose? Because I focus more on losing, right? How much I want to lose. Which is one thing I think that helped me scale higher as well. How much am I going to lose on this trade or on this account before I lose it? Which is something which I think a lot of you are still having issues with here. You're focusing more on how much you want to make, whereas you're focusing on how much you want to lose. There was something I learned from Baz as well back in March March, April, and so he deposits 10, 20, and he risks at least 80% or 60% of it at once because he's actually willing to risk that amount. Now, he wasn't depositing 100K to risk the whole of the 100K. He was depositing 10,000, 20,000, and so to risk at least 80% or even everything at once. Then when it booms, when it actually goes well, a lot of you, I see the comments, then you'll be like, hi, he's gambling. I mean, I think you remember back then, they call him a gambler and this and that and that. I would just laugh. I would literally just laugh. But then, if he didn't have confidence, if he lacked confidence in his setup, there is no way he'll be able to do something like that. Just one thing I also learned here: confidence. If there is confidence in that setup, right? Trust me. You see, prop firm accounts that they'll fear you. They will fear you because you need to understand that okay, at least out of 10 trades here, if I cannot win, it's not even possible. If you are losing 10 trades in a row, like in a row, 10 trades in a row, man, you need to work on yourself. You need to work on yourself as a trader. So I feel like it's not even possible for me to lose 10 trades in a row. That's never happened. Which is, I was able to take $10,000 to about 47 or $43,000 in 2 weeks. Not because I had, of course I had it, but and I was definitely applying risk management. I was using $2,000 on each trade, $2,000 on each trade, yeah. But the confidence was there, not because I had extra or whatever. The confidence. I have a lot of people now that have so much money here, but they still cannot risk. They cannot take that kind of risk here because they lack confidence. So that's one thing you actually want to work on, confidence here. And to actually get rich, you need to like balls. It's very important. It's very important here. And if you're starting out, right, I tell a lot of people have takes on either you should take prop firms or not. Prop firms is actually the way. If you're starting out, I mean, it worked for me, right? If you're starting out and you don't have the $10,000, $5,000 to deposit at once, because trust me, even if you have $10,000 now and you still don't have that system yet, you will blow it. You will blow it because you can't be like me that took $10,000 to 40. I've even seen someone that took 1,000 to 100K. You can't do the same thing like the person. You need to have that system first. Have the basically work on your psychology and all of that. But then you're starting out, you need to learn. And one thing I think I was doing back then was trading consistently. There was no time I went off for a month. I said, I'm not, I'm actually just starting out now. I'll say, okay, I'm not going to trade this week. I'm not going to trade this month. I'm talking about trading. I'm talking about showing up to the market. You have an account you are trading. There was no time while starting out. There was no day I didn't show up to trade. So that's something you want to work on as well. Okay. Sorry. I think I'm taking your time now. It's almost an hour. But then the last one basically is prop firms. You actually need prop firms to actually start. And this is a simple way to actually pass a prop firm account. For those that wondering how to pass a prop firm account, I had a plan that I think worked out for me here. And this is it. It's pretty simple. Let's assume you have $1,000. Now, instead of depositing the $1,000 or buying two accounts with that $1,000, I would recommend you buy five accounts. You can buy five 50K accounts. I have done $10,000 withdrawal on a $5,000 account before. So imagine you have five accounts. You have $1,000, and some of you will go ahead to buy just one account with it. Then you lose the account and you start looking for money again to start actually buy another one. Whereas you can just have five opportunities. Instead of depositing it, you have five good opportunities here. You can buy five 50K accounts if it can actually buy it. I think 50K can buy about 250 or so. You can buy five 50K accounts Then try. Let's assume you failed the first one, you failed the second one. At least one of five. If you know what you're doing, one of five should make sense. And on 150K account, anything is possible. If you do 10%, 10% about 25, you've actually recovered, you actually made profit as well. And you keep doing it, you keep scaling up that way. You keep scaling up, scaling up, scaling up that way. Before you know it, you're there. Before you know it, you are there already, right? And if it is private account, your own personal account and all that, yeah, there are actually ways to actually grow your accounts. But you need balls. Say a lot of stuff, but I believe some of you should be able to um, grasp a lot of stuff before I bring on Baz to share a few things with y'all. Before I bring Baz on here, at the moment, I'm going to drop my Telegram channel link. You can go through it. Drop my Telegram channel link in the comment section. Go through it to see results for yourself. Over 500 people, right? Because I was able to get it right. So I was teaching her the same thing. Now there's something I realized, right? I think I used to teach back in 2022. That was when I think I had my first set of students or so. And everyone I taught back then, they are not there yet. Like they've literally not made it. Because I was teaching them what I was doing, I wasn't getting it right then. So I was teaching them the same thing, the same wrong things I was doing. The same wrong things that I was doing back then. So how do I expect people to make it from doing the same things that I was doing back then that didn't favor me or that didn't help me get rich? But immediately I got rich, that I figured out how trading actually works. Then I taught the first person, a few person, a few people, yeah. 99% of them got results because I've been through it. I've been able to understand this and that. I'm able to get a lot of knowledge about trading and how it actually works. So it became very easy. It's more like giving what I already have. If you've, I don't know if you've read Rich Dad Poor Dad, yeah. That the boy had a poor dad, someone who works, who actually does a 9 to 5 job, and the man was always telling the boy, "You go to school, once you're done with your school, you get get a job." That was what the man could give his son. But the other rich dad was telling the same boy, you know, create a business, do this and do that. Now the boy followed the path of the rich man. Now the boy is rich. If the boy had followed the path of the poor man, what would have happened to the boy? He'll still be poor. So that's something I think I realized as well. You might be learning from the wrong person as well. That might also be your problem. Probably learning from the wrong person. It's possible because I once learned from wrong people as well. Like wrong people that would like you. Okay, it's like you are not rich. You're telling me how to get rich. Does it make sense? No. That's one of the problems a lot of traders still have out there because there are still other people that are not there yet, right? They're really not there yet, and then they want to give them what they are looking for, which is not possible. Which was the reason why I sought the help of the profitable traders in the market, right? There's a reason why I sought the help, and that helped me. That helped me scale up real fast. Everything I had from Paladin to Omar to Cubanks to this guy, what's his name? Um, Swaggy C to Robert Kiyosaki and all of them on YouTube, right? All those videos I watched back then on psychology and co changed my way of reasoning, changed everything. I started applying it Now, imagine I learned all of those things and still didn't apply it. I'll probably still be the same person. I'll still be broke, probably still be in the one bedroom, you know, still be in the one bedroom, a lot of stuff. But then, let me just call on my bro. Yeah, it's 12 already. I mean, sorry, I'm in Qatar. So it's 12 a.m. here already. So, yeah, my bro, half an hour, I beg, say, spew something here.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, yes, bro, yes.
All right, guys. So,
This guy did wrong. Bro, 12. Unmute yourself now. So,
all right, can you hear me?
100, 100, 100, bro.
All right. So I was like, you said majority of the things I needed to say. Right. So I only have a few things to like talk about, which is like the confidence when it comes to trading. Do you understand? Like we all know that trading requires timing. Like you have to give it time, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and the rest, right? But there's something that happens when you have this extra confidence when you start trading, especially if you trade in a live account, right? That extra confidence, you can't literally learn that from anyone. To get so it's something you need to actually like build in your closet. Like I noticed that throwback 2021, right? I built that confidence even without having like so much money, right? With the little money I had back then, I made sure like I went crazy, and it's not advisable though, but for you to actually like speed up your growth, your this thing, the process, right? You need to grow that confidence while you are still like starting up, so that when you get like to that position, right, money doesn't actually like freak you anymore. Do you understand? So the best way to actually like speed up your confidence is like splitting your what capital. I talked about me not being able to like trade a six-figure account. It took a while for me to handle a six-figure account, because most times when I get to six figures, like I would want to like see what five figures can do. Do you understand? So if I have 100K, right, I want to split it to like 10, then what, go add on a 10K deposit. Do you understand? That way you understand that you have like nine lives. It's more like real life stuff. So you have nine lives, right? You need to actually like get it right either once or twice. Then you can actually have like extra like money, right? So the majority of Nigerian traders, right, or let's just say traders like in Africa, the what we lack basically is capital, right? That's why majority of us don't really have this confidence when it comes to trading. But I'm telling you guys now that without capital, like without even excess capital, with the little you have, basically if you build up like matters confidence by just what applying the same step of what splitting your funds into like 10 places, right? And what, go out on your trusted setup, and without even like stressing that there's a standard procedure that's out there. You guys could see it on Dax page, this guy's page also, Chooks, right? You guys know Chooks. You could see that on a lot of our pages, right? So that method is like proven to work. I think 60%, 70%, like 80%. So since then, like you could just find that method, like practice it, um understand when to exit, your 1 to 3 risk reward. You don't need much, right? You could like actually bank on it like over and over and over. And with that way, I think it's very easy to like attain certain figures. So that's why I tell you guys that money is not how to make you, just like what the information that is like holding money, right? So I think I don't have much to say. It's just what, split your capital into 10 places and try to go hard. Do you understand? Like no one is your superior in in this financial market, because we all like made the market right here, and it's our personal what personal practice, personal study that actually like what makes us who we are today. Do you understand? So yeah, that's all I have to say. Nothing much.
Say less. Yes, say less, fam. Say less, fam. All right. So, I don't know. It's 12 a.m. right here. I don't know. Does anyone have any question before I jand? Before I japa? All right. Let me accept. Let me look for a few people to accept, and then end the call. All right, talented Toby. Do you have a question, please, talented Toby? And thank you, boss. Thank you for that. Thank you. Talented Toby, do you have a question or contribution? No, no contribution, sorry. A question, all right. 14. I should add the speaker. All right. So 14, please hurry. Make it quick. Yeah, 14, 14, 14. Yeah, bro. What's up?
Yeah, good evening, boss. Good
Yeah, good
evening.
evening, Chairman.
So, I want to say thank you very much for giving us this information for we upcoming traders. There's some of us here that have been trading for a long time, but we haven't been profitable consistently. We have been through ups and downs, and we are still trying to like fix the puzzle. So, I want to say thank you very much for the advice you have given us today. And I would definitely want us to have more space like this, to educate us on things, for us to grow, for us to avoid some mistakes. It's good to learn from other people's mistakes. So thank you very much for that. Then I was noting down some few things, but I don't know. I didn't like. I'm sorry to say I didn't finish the list of things I was copying down from what you were saying today. You were talking about the purpose of trading, passion for trading, learning from one person, and sticking to one strategy. I would like to ask if there's any other thing you would like to add on top of those things you said previously.
My Chairman, thank you. First, meet yourself, sorry.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. Number one, you wouldn't get spaces like this often. This is a one-time thing. I think my last space was in February or March, January last year. Until then, the second one, Odi Grill. So we can't keep saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. So it is left for you to grasp, take whatever it is that we say here today or whenever. Then make good use of it here. So and then number two, I've said everything I think I want to say. Every other thing you would learn yourself. As from everything I said, there was no. I think I was. I didn't mention learning from um, the space, I mean, Twitter space and all that. I basically went to YouTube and from my own personal experience as well, from trading day to day, from trading and all that. So some things you cannot learn from other people, right? Some things you need to go through yourself, learn. It's like experience. Yeah, you need experience when it comes to trading. So I think that's just it. There's really nothing I want to say for now. Probably before we end the call, where I think I'm kind of done. Say less. And that's it. Thank you, Fortin, for popping on the call. And I think I should take one more person.
Thank you very much, boss.
All right. So you're welcome, Chairman. All right. So please, Mr. Talented, are you ready now?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Say less, say less, say less. Yeah, I love that your slogan. That your slogan a lot. Thank you for this space. Thank you for actually giving me the opportunity to speak. Right. So what I want to say real quick is I want to ask a question, and that's because I've seen a lot of guys who are in the big in trading. Really, they kind of got into trading with their pockets being liquid. You know what I mean by being liquid, like it's cash at hand when you're venturing into trading. So I noticed that a lot of these guys, they kind of have money, a substantial amount, let's say funds, like, before getting into it. So what do you think about that? Is it that someone have to wait, you know, work hard, get your income up for getting into something like this, or probably you just like have to learn the skill. You don't need, getting your income or something like that. Do you understand my question?
Yes, please. Yes, please. And I like the question. I think someone was in my DM earlier today. Sir, please mute yourself, please.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. All right. So someone was in my DM earlier today, and then the person was lamenting about he said he was going to graduate and then he needed to start trading, and I should please teach him and all of that. And I didn't have money and all of that, blah 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 blah. All right, cool. So I called him. I called him, and then made him understand that trading, as much as we all paid it, we all make it seem as if trading is the way or your route to eradicate poverty, which of course it is. But coming into trading without anything, I mean, you're not doing anything, you don't have money, you don't have a laptop, you can't afford data, you can't afford electricity, you can't really afford things that are really important when it comes to trading. It's going to be very, very hard. You can't even afford a proper account. It's going to be very, very hard to make it healthy, right? It's going to be very, very hard, right? And this is not me discouraging people. Of course, you can start from zero. I did it, right? And then, but then the first things first, yeah, first things first, at least have money to get knowledge. The moment you get knowledge, I mean, the real knowledge, yeah, anything can happen. Just like what happened to me, yeah. I think I loaned money to get knowledge. I paid for my mentor back in 2021, and then a month or 2 months later, I was able to take $50. I was dead broke, bro. Like I was dead broke after losing all of my money. Yeah. I was dead broke. I was able to take $50 to about 2.5 the first time. 2.5. I mean, I was flipping it and I was withdrawing my profits. And I was withdrawing and withdrawing. So at the end of that week, I think I had done about 2.5 with $50. So knowledge first, which most of you actually get wrong. You think you want to get the account first. It's a very, very bad thing. But so yeah, according to your question, it is very advisable to at least have something you're doing, right? Even if it's going to take your time, but at least you'll be able to fund, either get knowledge, fund your account, have money so you don't become a liability to people or yourself. Because the moment you can, we all know you need the internet here. As a trader, you need the internet. I'm talking about Twitter. I'm talking about data, yeah. Especially if you're in Nigeria, it's not free. 'Cause, I mean, it's not free. Yeah, you have to purchase data daily, weekly, monthly, and you need money for all of this. So where will all this money be coming from? Where's the money going to come from? If you're going to go, if you're going to buy an account, where would the money come from? So it is. I think you would make it faster, right, in the market here, if you at least have something you're doing, probably something that is giving you money, right? Starting out here, at least have something that is giving you money here. So it's not really advice to just um start trading when you don't have anything. So I think I answered that question. I don't know, but I think I
Yeah,
answered
you
the
did. Thank you
question.
very much. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Jesus. Sorry. Cyrus, are you there?
Yeah, I am. Good evening. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, so thank you very much for the space. I really appreciate. Learned a lot, and I took down lots of notes. So, quick one, yeah. I have two questions, and I'll be very fast about it. First is about psychology. Yeah, you emphasize on psychology being one of a very big important thing in trading, right? So, a trader that has a very bad psychology during a particular trading month, how do you think a trader can get back on track when it comes to psychology? Now, this trader has gotten a working strategy, right? But then having psychological issues is holding this trader back. How can this trader get back on track? Second off, would you advise anybody to like learn every single thing when it comes to trading and choose to stay on the simple part, which is sticking to what is simple and works, or you allow the trader that is from a beginner perspective to come back to actually learn the simple things first, then continue with that in the person's trading journey. I don't know if you understand.
Hi, my bro. You just scattered my brain. Are you there? You ask too many questions, bro. You need to learn to say less. But start with the first question again. Sorry. Let's make it quick. Yeah. The first question first, please. Again. Sorry.
Okay,
Are you
so the
there,
first
bro?
question is, yeah, I am that. The first question
All
is
right.
when it comes to psychology, right? Now we all know how
Mm-hmm.
important psychology is for a trader. If a trader having a very working strategy gets fucked up in the psychology, how can this trader get
All
back
right.
on
All right.
track?
All right. Okay. Hold up. All right there. Now, I mentioned different types of psychological problems. When you say psychology problem, which one exactly? Because a lot of psychological problem a trader can actually develop.
Not mental
Right.
problem.
Sorry. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, like a lot. If you lose money now in trading, right, automatically you already have psychological problem because number one, you'll be scared to take a trade. Number two, you'll be scared to a lot of psychological problem, and then you just keep
Okay,
losing.
okay,
So
okay.
which type exactly?
That part where you feel the next trade you are going to take is going to be a loss, and you are scared of taking.
Exactly. Exactly. That is where confidence comes in, or that is where taking a break, not a break from trading. That is where you need to. Confidence is even confidence that will even solve that problems. Trust me. Confidence. And how do you get confidence on the side of strategy? Basically, when you take time off trading to back test more. You're taking losses here. You're taking losses. Now, I made mention of something. I said a lot of us have a lot of problems when it comes to trading, but we don't. Number one, we don't accept the fact that that is actually a problem. For a reason now, yeah. For example, rather, you take a loss today, then you backtest and you realize that you weren't supposed to take this loss. And now some of you will just sleep like that. You just go to bed and then you believe you'll come back to the market the next day and you end up repeating the same mistake. Now, this is one thing I do. Whenever I take a loss today, right? I always know that okay, this is a problem. This is something I did right. This is something I did wrong, right? And I write it down. I did this so thing wrong. At the end of the week, I want to come back to review it. I want to know the reason why did I take this loss, which a lot of you do not do. If you're able to figure out the problems to all of your losses, you will be far ahead a lot of traders. So you would leave 6 months of losing behind, right? So that moment where you have a very working strategy and then you keep losing and all, you should be able to understand that there is something wrong with you, not strategy. Back in June, I think I went through a series of losses as well. Series of losses. I was taking losses back to back in June. I didn't make a single dime all through June. I think I've said this story a couple of times here. Then I almost thought it was my strategy, only for me to go back to backtest and realize that, bro, I saw a lot of opportunities. But my problem was just focusing on the pattern, right? Something normally I wouldn't do, right? So the problem was from me, not how I trade, not my system. So you need to understand that the problem is you, not strategy. So you need to work on you first. Take time off trading to sort those problems before you go back to trading. And then after I was able to sort that problem all in June, the next month, July, I was on fire, like crazy fire. You could probably go back to my page and look for my results. I was on fire because I had figured out that problem and I worked on it. So the problem is you. Now on to your next question, my brother, please. ASAP.
Okay,
Cyprus.
so Cyrus. Okay, the next question, yeah, you talked about. Okay, the next question you talked about after knowing every single thing when it comes to trading, you had to just stick to the simplest parts that actually works. So a beginner trader starting from scratch, yeah, would you advise he learns every most things when it comes to trading and later choose which one is simple, or just simply just go for one and then focus on that and work towards profitability?
Okay, I like that question. I like that question. Now let me ask you a question, or let me throw this general question. Okay, there's this Yoruba adage that says, "Nǹkan tí àgbà ò bá rí tó jókòó," whatever it is. But then let me just say it in English here.
Speak English.
Okay, oh yeah, help me, bro, help me. Wait, you sabi am? You
Speak
know sabi am
English.
now. Speak
It's
English, all
what
right, all right.
what an elder person sees when he's sitting. A child will not see it when he's climbing a pole.
Cool. All right, that's right. So let me just use this illustration here. So let's assume I know a way or a path. Let's assume Dax knows a path to a fortune house, or let's use pirates, yeah. Yeah, pirates, yeah. They actually go around looking for fortunes and all. Right. Let's assume one of that pirates, one ship knows the way. He knows the correct route, and the route that wouldn't go through that will just go straight to the main place. The person actually knows the correct route or map, that knows the right place and the easier place to the journey, yeah, or where the fortunes are. Then there is another person, or you yourself, you don't know it, right? So that means you would have to go through a lot of obstacles and you would probably crash. Yeah, crash is the word. You'll probably crash if you go through, because the first pirate has probably gone through what you want to go through now, right? He has gone through all of this and he has been able to figure out where that fortune is. And he's telling you, follow me, let me take you there. But you said, no, let me go there myself. And it's taking you 8 months to get there, whereas to originally take you 1 month if you had followed the pirate. But then during that 8 months, you kept falling, you kept, crashing, your boats kept capsizing and all that. Which route would you follow? Which one? That of the pirates or your own path? Which of them? Quick answer. ASAP. Cyprus. Cyprus. Cyprus is not
Cyrus,
there.
yeah, it's my part.
Your path. Oh, that's nice.
Sorry, the pirate's part.
Ah, I fear. So basically, because he has gone through that, he has gone through your own path before, right? He has probably been through that same distance. It will tell you that, okay, this is the right path. This is the easier path to this fortune, and let's go there. I believe you'll be able to go through that same path here. So probably seen someone that tells you that, okay, I have gone through all of this and I've learned this, I've learned that. Let me just take you through the right the right journey, and then you'll be able to get traded easier and faster compared to when you yourself want to start the whole journey yourself. You want to start watch this and watch that and watch that, to take you a longer journey, which is Why I would never recommend, I won't tell you. Because we are all here to make money at the end of the day. No one, let me tell you, say knowledge is knowledge. It doesn't, when it comes to trading, nobody gives a F about knowledge in the market. If you like, know A to Z, know when the candle will make up and sleep, you won't still make money in the market. If you're not psychologically like capable of it, yeah, you won't still make money in the market on the market. So it's better to just follow the person that your own path trying to like learn everything at the same time, then you now choose the easier one. No. If you've seen the easier one, if you have opportunity to see the easier one or the simple strategy here, why not just jump on that, learn it, perfect it, then turn it to your own, right? Then you're able to come up with your own system from that same system. It's pretty simple. You're not trying to gather a lot of info yourself. Remember, while starting, I mentioned learning from a lot of people here during 2021 and 2022, but I learned from a lot of traders a lot. Like I paid too many people. I kept learning new things until last year, January. I paid one of my students as well. There was this guy I taught in 2022 or so, yeah. I learned from him because I saw he was doing some sort of 4 hour, whatever. I paid this guy, I said, bro, teach me this thing. But at the end of the day, that wasn't what changed my story as a trader, right? I realized it's not really about how much you know, but how you apply what you know. So going through that part of trying to learn everything on your own is just a waste of time to me. It's a waste of time, money, and yourself. So that's it, bro. And I think, do you have another question? I'll just move on. It's 12:30 already. Sorry, 10:30 in Nigeria. We'll just move
That's
on
all.
to
Thank you very much.
uh, all right, brother. Thank you, Mr. Cyprus. Sorry, Cyrus. Lady Florence, please. You have the floor. Make it quick, please. Lady Florence.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Hello, good evening. Yes, please. Yes, please, I can.
Yes, please. Okay, so my question is more like I want to ask how when your class is supposed to end and
Um, I think I dropped a Telegram link now. You could just join and see there. Yeah, you see there. Just join the Telegram link. Yeah. I want to do something next month. So just join and you see it there. You see it there. Yeah. Right. So let's move on to the next person. I think who else want to say something like pretty ASAP, pretty I want a fast question so I can leave, man. It's 12:30 over here. So who else want to say something ASAP? Please raise up your hand. Raise up your hand, please. Okay, so I think no one. I'm sorry, I think I have one more person. Jetro. Jetro, please, Mr. Jetro, please.
Yeah, good evening.
Evening, Chairman.
Yeah, I just want to ask some question. Let me just be first about this. What I want to like, just for instance, like I've been trading for like more than 2 years now, but obviously no results about trading. Then, so like after a lot of frustration, then I quit trading. Then, and when I quit, I couldn't avoid some basic amenities then, but now currently that I can avoid little. I was trying to go back to trading, but not gonna lie, it's very really hard to go back, even to check the chart. To check the chart, it's somehow hard to check the chart too. But I just want to ask, like, any tip of how to build the confidence level of which I was before. That's just my question. Like, just a tip to build the confidence level.
Okay, I don't know if you joined the session late because I said a lot about that already. Like literally everything you need to become rich in trading this year. I already said everything, but you probably have to come back to the recording. But then let me just give you this. Number one thing that actually gives confidence, yeah, is your system. If you are, you backtest something and you see that this thing is giving you out of 10 trades is giving you like 6 wins. Trust me, there is no way. Please mute yourself, sorry. Please. Thank you very much. Yeah. So you have a system that gives you at least 6 wins or 5 wins out of 10 trades. There's no way you'll be scared to take the next trade. There's basically no way. Then number two is there are actually people that take losses, that take so many losses and end up being profitable. Yeah. It's like a risk management. If you're not someone that just you have one account and you want to go all in, one account you want to go all in, bro, you're just killing yourself. So you know that okay, you can always come back, always come back. You're applying risk management, you can always come back, always come back. I see no reason why you should actually be scared or not confident when it comes to your trade. But the best thing that to grow confidence is back testing, yeah, then a good trading system, and it's out there. Go through my page. Literally, you're seeing it everywhere. Like I don't have to like hype or tell you that this is something that is working or something. It's up to you. Yeah. So that the best, a very good system, but still your risk management level. Yeah, your risk management skill. You need to apply risk man like or else, bro. You would I don't know. It's people that don't apply risk management, people that go all in that end up quitting real soon or early. So I think that's it, Mr. Jetro. Mr. Over. Okay, Mr. Benji, please say something real quick, and I
Hi,
think
Dax. Good
that will
evening.
be all. Good evening, my chairman.
Yeah, you talked about making your trading simple, simplifying your system and everything. Um, I've
Excellent.
seen I've seen a lot of traders on YouTube, on Twitter, talking about trading just one pair. Even the person I was learning from before was always telling me that I'm still losing in forex because I still have a lot of pairs on my watch list on Trading View that I should focus on just one pair. So I just want to ask you, is it what's your take on trading just one pair as a trader, focusing on just one pair?
That's that's cap. That's cap. If I tell you to focus on just one pair, that's cap. There are a lot of advantages and disadvantages as well. Yeah, he say tell you focus on one pair. He say I used to be a victim of that too. They would tell me only Hero USD. How and back in 2021, I used to feel like I'm probably doing something wrong. Trade only Euro USD. I've even come online to battle people, fight people, and tell people trading only Euro USD. I'm a Euro USD trader. Blah 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 blah. It's not really about the pair. It's about the system, right? Imagine you trading one pair and you're trading one system, right? Then you have to wait for. You see, one thing about trading one setup is this: it won't always appear. For instance, if you go to GBP USD, like my setup only appeared on GBP USD like twice this month, or even once this month, right? Imagine I have to, that level of patience. So it's not, and then you end up messing up instead. You end up, looking for trades when there is no trade. You end up like looking, you just mess up your account, trading account. So someone tell you that trade one pair, it's just cap. It may actually work for the person, yeah, but doesn't mean it should work for you. There is really no secret. There is nothing interesting about trading one pair. So I don't know. It's not really a big deal whether you trade one pair or you are a king of people that were king of Euro USD last year. Let me tell you guys a story. People that were king of Euro USD last year, they are now king. They're now queen of GBP USD because it's crazy. See, you're focusing on one page, then the next moment I see you trading GBP JPY. Alpha, bro, what's up? What happened to Euro USD? So it's not really about one pair or whatever. It's just that system. As long as it can work here, they mainly work everywhere. I trade synthetic market as well, and my system works there. I trade crypto, it works there, it works everywhere. If I decide to go to options trading today now, I'll look for that same system there. The same thing. If I decide to trade oil and coal, the same thing. I think I was on a call with Kojo Forex here. And then I actually analyzed oil. Is it oil? This thing. And we saw the same system. We backdated it and we saw the same thing there. So it's not really about trading one system, the one pair or whatever. It's cap, yeah. Don't do that in 2024. Don't do it. If you see your setup or your whatever or the next pair, a very good pair, trade it. And that's it, bro. So to the next person, Mr. Overpaid, yeah? ASAP.
All right, good evening, bro. Can you hear me?
Yes, please. You have a thicker
Yeah, good
voice
evening.
or a thick voice.
Yeah.
I think I should wait. Calm down first. Calm down, relax, relax. All right,
Yeah,
bro. So, all right. So, what's the question, please?
all right. This question is actually directed to Prof. Never Miss JD Ibas. Yeah, so the question is he said we shouldn't like focus on so much, like you can just target a perfect 1:3 is okay. You understand? He talked about Rick's to the world, like having just a 1:3 setup. So I'm asking, like, how then does he manage to do, like, sometimes you can see him do like a 1,000 to 20,000. You understand? So I'm just like wondering, how can you do that on a 1:3 risk to reward? How
All
realistic?
right.
How can
Yeah.
you do that? Something like that.
All right.
When
So
you talk
yeah,
about,
yeah, you can go on. How you doing?
yeah, I turned off my mic. I thought he wanted to speak. Yeah,
So you're like, how do I achieve let's say one K to 10K on the 1 to 3?
yeah,
All right. So basically, I don't go all in like at my first with my first entry. Do you understand? Like there's something they call scaling in. Like
okay,
basically, the best way I trade when I'm scalping is I stack and scale. Right. I don't just stack. So the thing about stacking is that you take like 100 entries, like with the minimal lot size, like at the same position, right? But when you scale it in, right, you take in entries per what movement, like per peak movement in the market, right? So for instance, let's say you have a 1 to 3 risk reward for a buy setup, right? And you have like your first entry at the um entry point, right? Then once you have price dipping like in drawdown, you scale in. You understand? So that way I could actually like maximize the whole move while still I'm risking the same 1:3 is now like 1 ratio unlimited. Do you understand? Because I'm having my total risk at the risk zone, which I call the odd zone. You understand? So now I could basically like maximize all like drawdowns, then to like this thing use it for my wins. You understand? So if I'm taking like if I'm
yeah,
stacking like little positions, like every drawdown, I add a position before I get like the total stop loss. Right? I don't have a stop loss obviously because I'm risking the $1,000. Right? So I stack like and scaling powered movement in drawdown. Then when once
okay,
price start moving in my direction, right, I maximize the total move that was meant to like just like miss the just a single position at at the immediate entry. Do you understand?
yeah,
So that's how I
okay,
maximize the total move. So now my risk is still on one, but my reward will now be like unlimited. That's how I do it.
okay. What of in situations whereby, let's say after scaling and adding more entries, price, like, price doesn't move in a straight line. Let's say it pulls back, and since you're having the same entry, the same risk as your initial entry, let's say you've added like two more positions extra at your scaling points, and price now pulls back, what happens to the account? Won't it get blown or something?
That's what I'm
Knowing
saying.
that,
Like I don't
knowing
go
that,
that I don't go like all in. Like let's say for instance, if you're trading VC5, I'm talking about synthetics now. If you're trading
yeah,
VC5, right, I could basically start with 0.005 lot size. Right, that would be my first entry. So now I'm saving the total balance for what entries when price is in drawdown. Do you understand? I'm not looking to like take this thing more entries when I'm in profit. I take it when I'm in drawdown. That's why I maximize the total odds area, which is the odd zone, the area where you have your stop loss. That's why I take my major entries. It's not like I just like keep it for stop loss. You understand? So I take
okay,
majority of my entries at that area so that I can maximize price when it moves in my direction. Because I understand the strategy I trade, right? So I just like wait for what the drawdown. If it doesn't happen, then I'll just keep it like a minimal. I could make 30% on that trade. But if it happens, like I have like a total drawdown, then I know that I'll make at least 500% of that trade. Do you understand? So that's how it works.
okay. Now, second question on Dax, please. Would you advise someone who, like, okay, like you found your edge in the market, yeah, but you've not really made so much money from the market, but let's say you've gotten a payout from a prop before, you've made some money from the market. Would you advise that person to like teach others, or knowing full well like you've not made life changing money from the market too, but then do you think it's worth like coming out to teach others and talk about yourself when you've not really changed your life for good, but you've
Yeah,
made some money from the market, you've also
yeah.
withdrawn
I
from a
think,
prop?
yeah, I think I said the same thing earlier. I tweeted the same thing there. And the first time I came out to like start teaching, I had done significant figures from the market. At least I had done something for myself, right? And I also said something, back in 2021, I had phobia for teaching, eh? So I started teaching people mostly for free. But everyone I taught, even those that probably paid me back then, till now, these guys are still struggling. Do you get it? I think I already
Yeah.
said this before, right? These guys are still struggling with trading, right? Because I taught them when I hadn't figured it out myself, right? But immediately I was able to figure out trading, how it actually works. Everyone I taught, the serious ones, 99% of them, they're all getting results. They are all making it. So I think the point where, when it comes to teaching, it's a matter of choice. You can decide not to teach what you know. You can decide to just stay and just milk what you know, just make money for yourself. It's a matter of choice here, but I wouldn't advise you when you know that you're not there yet. You're not there yet, and then you want to teach other people, right? What is not there. There is basically no reason because that you are like promising them what is not possible, what you haven't been able to do, right? You're not promising them. You're like giving them hope that you do not have. So I would just advise you take a lot of time to work on yourself instead of trying to bring in people, let me teach you this and all that. It's a waste of time for yourself as well. Because those people are actually taking your energy, taking your time as well. The time I'm supposed to teach them, instead of if you spend that time working on yourself, trust me, you will grow faster. And those people will even start looking for you instead. Do you get the point? Those people
Yeah.
will start looking and start begging you to teach them instead. So you have to like decide, should I teach or not? Should I teach or not? Because you are good. You know that you can actually live up without these people, yeah? So at that point, you're actually I think it's okay if you decide to teach or not. But that point when you're just starting up, man, it's a no-no because you're just wasting your time and then when people start ailing you, start feeling like you're already there and then you already know this thing too much before you know it, the next 2, 3 years you are still the same person. So you make the first payout doesn't guarantee that you are a good teacher or you're a profitable trader yet. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, you just
Bro, I'll see
spend
you
your
at the
time.
top for real. I'll see you at the top
Ah,
for real.
brother. See you and 12:45 p.m. Sorry, a.m. a.m. I'm in Ibadan, Doha, Qatar. It's all right. So see you guys. I think I've been able to say. Okay, Joe want to say something. Joe isn't a trader though. But waiting Joe won't talk. It's been a while since I heard Joe's voice. Joe get one kind of thick voice, one can intimidate me for here. Joe, I love hands. You guys are raising their hands and all that, bro. What's going on here? Cyrus, you want to say something? Joe, Alpha, you won't go intimidate me with your thick voice. Within the sub. Within the sub on my space.
Dax, don't do this. Please, I came here to ask questions. Please, I need help.
Una, una, I know the year I'm like that. You guys can hear.
I need help.
All right, bro. Shoot, bro. Shoot,
Good
bro.
evening,
Shoot.
and I've actually been listening to you, like paying attention, for a very long while. I mean, I've not paid attention this much to anybody on a space for a very long time now. So I wanted to ask, hey, Jesus Christ, how will I forget this? So I wanted to ask, okay, so yeah, during your learning phase, because I've listened to you or I've heard stories about how you soaked yourself into learning for a very long time. I think I read one of your stories where you mentioned that you soaked yourself into learning every strategy, everything you learned for like I think about 6 months. You said you were just in the grind. I remember you posting pictures about how you were just learning.
The whole year of 2022, bro.
Wait, so my question is
2022.
in that process of learning, because the truth is, I still wanted at some point in time to still like definitely I have it. It's one of like things I wish I aspire to do is like eventually get into trading full time as a person, in as much as I do other things. So I wanted to ask that at that moment, I mean, at these phases where you soaked yourself into learning, how did you sustain? Like, is it where did you get money to sustain yourself on other things, or you just decided to be broke at that moment? Like, because that's one of like the major things I know that I'm constantly fighting to make that decision to soak myself into learning and just leave out every other thing and focus on just learning at that point in time. So like, how did you balance learning and surviving at that moment? So that's like the major question I
All
really
right.
come up.
Okay, bro. So let me please mute yourself. All right, you muted there. So, the first thing is I figured how I was taking my money. I was living in Lagos. I was living in Lagos back in 2021. I figured I was spending a lot of money because I was alone. Right. I was spending a lot of money that I didn't have. I started trading in 2021. I had the money before I started trading. I lost all my money. Then I flipped my money. So the money I flipped, I was living on that money, yeah. Then in 2022, I realized I was spending a lot that I didn't have. I had to leave my comfort zone. So I left my comfort zone to a place where I didn't have to pay for fuel. I didn't have to pay for anything. I was only feeding myself. Compared to when I was alone, I had to pay for fuel. I had to buy a lot of stuff. And I was spending money. So basically, since I was in a place where I wasn't comfortable, I was spending less, and my problem was only feeding and data. So I had less problems. You get the point? So that was basically it. So feeding wasn't a problem, and getting data wasn't a problem. So while juggling over that and trying to like really understand how trading works, because 2022 was the year where I said I wanted to understand the act of trading, and I was off the internet like complete totally until about June, July when I came back, and then I think I didn't join Twitter until September. I mean, started tweeting on September. But then the point is, I was just living below, way below my means. I didn't even have a means. I just know I was, I was just eating. That was the point. So I didn't have any issue here. My problem was just to eat and have data, even though I had families and all that. But my problem was just to feed. So I don't know. I left my comfort zone, and that was the best thing I did. So I don't know.
Sorry, can I
I hope I
ask
answered
one
the
more
question,
thing
bro.
before I go?
Okay.
So
Sure,
like,
sure, sure.
this is very, very clear, how you had to discipline yourself, because discipline is not like a very easy thing to get to
Eh,
do. So
At all. So,
what would be like okay, for somebody who wants to follow this particular path that you followed? I don't know if you were off school at that moment, or let's say, for example, a typical university student that probably wants to do this particular thing you did. In what mannerism, or in what style would you advise? Like, could you probably brainstorm right now as you are, and maybe suggest to that person to still come out with, maybe not this exact results, but at least something close to it?
number one, you don't have money, or you don't have it's budget, yeah. I knew how much I wanted to spend weekly. I knew how much I wanted to spend weekly, and then I knew I needed to buy courses. I needed to buy prop accounts or trade for people. So basically, I was eating once a day, and I was so lean. I could set pictures rather. I would share pictures with you. My neck was long because I was eating once a day. So a lot of things, it all boils down to how you can really discipline yourself. Just like you said, discipline, and then really stick to it. If you really know what you're doing, that was why I said, when I started the space, I said purpose and dedication, which is also what's the other word? I've forgotten. So it all boils down to how if you how bad you really want it, you will do anything to achieve something, right? You will do anything. For me, I will actually do. For me, it was just trading or trading. There was no plan B. So I was ready to do anything. I slept on the floor as well. I was ready to do anything just to really figure it out. 2022, my team for 2022 was to understand the art of trading. That was my team for 20, my personal team for 2022. So I went offline trying to master this and study that. So it's all boils down to you. Food is our main enemy. Check how much what is actually taking most of your money here. Food. feeding. It's taking your money, and we all know that. So if you can cut that down, you know you're not making so much now, and you need to pay for this, you need to pay for that, and all that. Cut out food expenses. You can, I don't know, sacrifice a lot of sacrifices. I stayed away from women. Me that you know, I was a fresh boy, like really, a lot of sacrifices. I like women, so I stayed a lot away from a lot of stuff for many months. You get so if you cannot do away with all of these things, man, you're not ready. So as a student, you know, distractions here and there. Move to that place that you know you will not be distracted. That place that would discipline you, move there. It's better to suffer for a few years and enjoy for the rest of your life. Imagine now, look at me. Eh? I suffered for a year, a full year. I enjoyed all through last year. I'm still enjoying. Currently, man, leave the rest. It's better to suffer for a few years or a few months to enjoy for the rest of your life. But depends on how person. So that's it, my boy. I'm sorry, my brother. Joe. So that's it. I should have to take one more question before. So once it's one a.m., which is 11 p.m., I think I will end the space. And that's too much for sailors. Yeah. So who else should I? But Joe, I believe I answered the question though.
Omo, thank you so much, Dax. I really appreciate this. Thank you.
Hi, brother. Cyrus, you want to say something else? All right, please hurry.
Yeah, thank you for what you just said. I was scrolling through the comments and I came across a question, and I think I'll be directing the question to Professor. Okay, so Professor, 17
Wait,
years
wait,
old,
wait, wait,
2024.
wait. Professor, which university you they teach? Professor, you did here. Cyprus. Sorry, continue.
Cyprus power.
Okay, so Professor, yeah, I am. I think I came across a post where you talked about you starting trading when you were 17, yeah, and I across a comment here, and the person was talking about starting trading at a very young age. So my question is, 17 years old, the only thing you have is a 100 level first year results. You really don't have much. What would be your advice, like if you are actually wanting to start trading at 17 years old and you're in your first year of university and you know for sure that this is a do or die? What are the steps you are going to be taking? And for Dax, this is my last question. If you were going to go back in time, what would you do spiritually that was going to like fast track your progress and results? Now I'm talking about spiritually this time.
Oh yeah,
All
professor.
right. So for a young guy that's just starting to trade, right? Um, what you have to do is basically like find something to fund this trading journey. You understand? Like for instance, if you have a mentor, let's say that's paid off, right? Fine, but you know the major aspect of trading is you like getting money to like actually like trade for real, right? So what I did during my time was, yeah, I told my mom now. She funded like 'cause my first account was $5. She funded it, right? Second one was like $50 account. She funded it also, which was like getting blown, obviously. Then I ventured into this social media stuff. You know, this Instagram, um, all this Instagram growth now, followers and the rest. So that was what I did to like raise money to fund accounts, right? And I was not like targeting broke people. Do you understand? So I was targeting like forex traders too, right? But the rich ones. So I was explaining that I'm just doing this to like fund my account, right? So they were paying me. They understood the amount of money I needed to fund the accounts, right? So they were paying me in that manner, not for what I was doing, because they knew that the passion I had was to trade and not to just like make money off the social media marketing and the rest, right? So they funded me and they paid me like um a nice amount of money that could actually like fund an account. So that's how I took it off from there. And yeah, we'll still get it blown anyways, but still it's just part of the process. Then just keep moving, Sha. But first of all, find something to fund your goals, because I hate all these sorry stories from young guys that you say you're 16, you're 17. we're all 16, you understand? So you could basically just have to like find something that's easy to do. For me personally, I don't like anything that has to do with my energy and the rest. So I just prefer anything online. So that's why I said social media stuff. And it still goes now. So anyone that wants to actually open it could just basically use that as a stepping stone to like the amount of money you need, right?
Thank you very much. I appreciate. So that's the second question.
All right. Yes, please. Spiritually, what I did. Hmm. Spiritually, well, I knew I mean, when I left my comfort zone here, um, to get rid, or should I say, conquer temptations and all that, I knew I needed to get closer to God and all that. I don't know. I'm not preaching. I'm not telling you to start. But then it's like the best thing I think is the best thing I ever did because getting closer to God, praying day and night, and then adding faith. Faith also played a major role because I believed it's actually possible. I was definitely going to make it from trading. Yeah. So I had faith, and I was praying seasonally without season. Yeah. Without season rather, I was praying, and I was just very spiritual. Praying became an habit, right? I wasn't going to church anyway. I wasn't going to church, but I made sure to join every online program, and then just an habit. It just saved me from the sinful life, and then helped me concentrated better. I hope you get me. Just helped me concentrated better. I feel so. Some people see Christianity as I don't know, but I see it as a way of life because we all know the Ten Commandments and all that, right? So basically, while I was starting out, I felt like I stayed away from sexual sins. I stayed away from lying. A lot of stuff I actually stayed away from, and it just I know, and I knew it actually added to my growth as a trader because like it's very very obvious all that, yeah. So that is that, yeah. That is that about my spirituality and all, right? But it actually helps as a trader, yeah. I believe if you're a Christian or Muslim, take your religion seriously. I'm not saying you should start. You don't really have to go to the mosque or go to just ensure you have that connection with your creator, and then everything every other thing will fall in place. So that's it. As you guys can see, Davido himself, Rema, these guys, they were all in church. So if if church wasn't, I mean, they all pray to God and all that. So I don't know. So that's basically it here. I think it's now 11 p.m. and that will be the end of this wonderful space, and it's going to be the last one until probably mid this year. Now this is a
Until I
start.
make $10 million.
My bro, no cap, bro, no cap, bro, no cap. Because, bro, I would not have time for this. I will not have time. I've seen a lot of people come and do. I will not have time. To be very honest, I wouldn't. Um, so this is going to be like a very last space to a very long time. But this is to actually kickstart you out for Q1, right? And let me give you guys a scope. Instead of having your dream or that goal, instead of keeping that goal, saying you want to do at the end of the year, you want to do so amount, why don't you divide the goal into 4 quarters of the year, like 90 days each, right? 4 quarters of the year. Why don't you just divide it and then see what to do at the first quarter, second quarter, and last quarter. During the first quarter of last year, my goal was basically to get a setup, my first ever setup, change my laptop. I was using old HP laptop from 2021, right? I was able to change it to a MacBook, my first ever MacBook last year. That's what I did the first quarter. Second quarter, I was able to get, a profit account like that. So you want to like divide the goals and then it becomes easier to actually achieve, right? So this is the first quarter. You need to know what you're doing with trading. Don't be one of those guys, the ones that we don't know what they are doing, that we don't know what they are doing on the internet. They're still just playing around. You want to like grow. See, make it a priority to grow. You won't grow on Twitter from focusing on how many followers you want to get. There's no, see, trust me, nobody gives. I know a lot of people on Twitter with 1 million followers. They don't make 5K. They don't make 10K. Thinking about it, so it's not really about how many followers you have. Nobody gives a damn about that. It's about how much you have. Yeah. So you want to focus on getting better at this skill. There's a particular guy last year that was focusing on his, I wouldn't mention name, God forbid, and I don't have beef with anybody, but there was a particular guy that was focusing on growing followers and doing a lot of things. At the end of the year, boom, the account, boom. So yeah, and he wasn't focusing on making money instead. So that is, you don't want to be that type of person here. You want to be that person that sees trading as a do or die thing. You don't want to come the internet to cause, I didn't mention him, my bro.
Use your
I
hands,
didn't,
don't know.
I didn't mention I didn't mention names. And there's some guys that are still doing the same thing like on this Twitter. You don't know you don't even know what they are doing. Right. Check the real guys that are trading. You will never see them. They don't have time. Right. But it's always those ones that don't know what they are doing, that they've never made this thing that, you don't want to be that guy in 2024. This is 2024. You want to get rich. See, get rich. The rich are trying to get richer. I was in a conversation with Zeus, and then Zeus was telling me, make your goal 100 million. I told him, tell me, but bro, they tell me, say 100 million. So you that have $100 million goal, you will not have time for Twitter bans, Twitter, you trade other block. You won't have time for all of that. You actually focus on the goal. Yeah. So that's what I want to tell you guys. And see you guys again. Peace out. Just watch out for my tweets. I'm currently running one-time membership. Yeah. Just join the group. You would see it there. And peace out to you guys. Till next time. You'll probably know next time. Or whenever. But you guys, anticipate results this year, man. Results. Great results, bro. From myself and my guy here, Prof. A lot of results because we are putting a lot of effort, like to really, really, you see, everything we did last year was just a warm up here. Anyway, let me say the talk. Now go see say less. Peace out, bosses. God bless you all. Hold that ball.